Okay, we're going to take a look at when squash becomes shootout squash. Now, what happens is you've got the scoreboard at the moment. It's 1 game all, 5 all, so it's in a pretty pivotal position right now, this whole match. And we're going to go through the play and just show you what happens with players as they get to a certain capability. The skill level, players learn really quickly. As they get older, they lose mobility or they lose flexibility. And so what happens is they start to actually shorten the rallies and make the most of every single opportunity. They use their brain more than they use their body. Okay, so what happens, he just worked on body motion, body capability, and put the ball where his opponent cannot get it. So he's just basically held his shot, gone with a short swing, and just pushed the ball to a position. So it's an interesting thought pattern and observation to use your brain more than your body, because we're taught and we just like to run the ball down. So you see there's no backswing, not much backswing at all, and he's just deflected the ball in. He's gone the volley because he didn't want to run down the back wall. He hasn't played even a good boast, but it's been enough to go and knock his opponent around. Now, from here the serves start to get critical. So you serve, these guys have both got very good serves. They know where their opponent can handle it, and so that's basically on the sideball when he wants to strike the ball. So it's a really difficult situation to return from there, but what he does have is a really stable body and a really capable method. So his system and method of striking this ball is to not have a big backswing, to hold his racket really strong, to keep his wrist really strong, his forearm really strong, his shoulder really strong. Now, it might not be a winner, and actually is a winner. There you go. So, and that's all because even though the wall was involved, the structure in his body and everything was fantastic. And so his ability to understand his capabilities, maintain the most important things, which were his structure and his stability, and he got strength through the ball, even though the ball was on the wall. So we're at 7-6 now. So here we go. This is above head height. So what he's done is, although he hasn't hit the side wall, he's got his opponent striking the ball above head height. Now what happens is these guys will take advantage of every single opportunity and make the rallies round about 3 to 4 shots, if they possibly can. They don't want to be running rallies out forever, and he's gone down the wall, pitched it a little bit short, and that's because it was in slightly an awkward situation. He's gone short almost as soon as he can, and it's not a good enough shot. Left it open, and now it's down the back wall. It's 7-all now. We're not showing the full points. It's more or less about the serve and return, and even the first 2 shots after that. So it's all about how quickly the rallies happen, and you'll see that most of the rallies will be within those 2-3. Once again, no backswing. And he just says, I just want to put the ball there. I just want it in that front corner. How simple is that? Like, that is just like phenomenal with a system and method. You watch, he almost relaxes as soon as he knows the ball's going to be around about head height. So here, you watch our returner. Here, he goes now, he'll just relax. So he goes into this no swing mode. So your racket's still there, still there, still there. Takes it back ever so slightly, minimal movement, and just almost relaxes and just goes, I'm just going to put it there. Doesn't matter if he doesn't win it, he's going to cover the cross court because his opponent will be stretching. So he's going to cover the cross court, he's going that way. And he thinks it's going to go cross court, and he's all over it if it goes in. And there you go. Okay, 8-7. Now, you'll notice our returner will be on his toes, likes to keep motion. He's worked out that he needs, that's Richard, he needs to make sure his body's active when he strikes. And he's got a high T position or a high position on for return of serve generally, so he can take advantage of any volley that's going to come. So he really wants to volley the return. Here we go, it's a good serve, it's pushed him back, and he's got enough ability to go and lift the ball. See, body structure is number one. It's really good, like really impressive. He's gone body structure first, which has given him the straight hit. Now it's not good enough, but he virtually had it. He just didn't quite lift it up high enough or hit it hard enough. One of the two things had to happen. And this is why guys of this age, as they get older as well, these two guys are going to be awesome in a few years. Like, they're ahead of a lot of other guys who are going to lose strength because they've got this massive racket ability and really good thought patterns on how to kill shots and kill matches. So they're only going to get better as years go on. And other guys that hit the ball hard and run fast are going to find it more difficult because they don't have that racket ability. They just rely on the movement and the run. And as the movement and run disappears, the guys like this that have got all this racket ability, they'll just go crazy and they'll start winning matches. So from here, this is what happens. See that? That's just a really good shot. Off a difficult situation. That wasn't a bad return. He was on full stretch and he's just put it in for a winner. So these guys just finish balls off. Anything that's remotely in a position to hit, they will just finish it off. It's really impressive, really good. Okay, so we continue on. I'm doing everything slow motion here, but never mind. We'll go through it. Okay, so he's got it up there, higher than his opponent's head. It should be moving. Here we go. Ball's hit the side wall. It's pushed him back. There's the body stability, and he missed it. He mistimed it. I might show you that one in full pace, and we'll start showing him full pace, or it'll happen too late. Well, he's just mistimed that, so we'll just give that one up as a bad run. But it is 10-7 now. All right, so with this, any shot that comes or any serve that comes that's really short on the side ball, there, see it's short on the side wall. It's hit the side wall really early compared to where his opponent is, and it's going to give width. So width gives boast. So if you have width on a ball off the side wall, you can play a boast. Now, what this boast, and the reason this boast won, is because he didn't smash the boast in. He's made the ball go downwards toward the front wall. So watch what happens here. The ball will be going downwards now. It's going down, and what that does is 1 and 2. So the downwards towards the front wall makes it die really quickly, and it's 2 bounces on the floor, which is a working boast, which is awesome. Once again, he's also moving up, covering any short shot, because he's probably not going to have much on it if he gets it, and he just couldn't get it. So there you go. It's just a wonderful shot selection. That's how quick it happens. It's just bang. All these points are going really fast. Look at that. The ability to return a ball above their head gets really strong as well, because they actually negate all those good positions. 10-9 now, so it's getting a bit tight. Okay. So that's like a position where he's gone, I'm just going to win this point off this one. So he's got game point, and he's decided to have a crack at it. So I'll watch it in slow motion just to see what he did and why he did it. Okay, the serve is one of these high, slow serves. See the concentration in the serve? He's going to take the ball from a relatively low position and get a bit of height on the ball. So he's hit the front wall really high. Look how high that's hit on the front wall. So this is a really good lob serve, and it's going to be quite difficult. Now, it hasn't hit the side wall, but it's in the open, which is no drama because it's coming down on him. Now, what that means is you've got to change the angle of the ball. So from a ball that's coming down on you, if a ball is coming down this way, so it's coming down on you this way, you've got to direct the ball to change direction. And so it's really quite a tough thing to do. If a ball is coming towards you, then, so if a ball's coming this way, you can return the ball back that way without too much trouble. So it's just not the most difficult thing to do. But when it's coming down on you, you really have to control it. So you have to be really stable. And see, he's just pivoting about his back foot. And he's turned his wrist over, which is probably what's made it go down into the tin, because he's pushed it downwards instead of slicing it in. And it's just gone in. That was so close to being like an outright winner and game for that game point. But he's just gone and given it 10-all now. So that's part of life, and that's how it all works. Take the risk and the reward. So we're 10-all. Okay, so we've gone with the high serve. And that's a gutsy serve when you're playing with the outer court line, but he would have done this like millions of times, and he knows that he's in a pretty good position. Look at that. That's a great serve. Off a tough situation, he just didn't click the side wall because he's probably playing it safe. Now, this is how good these guys are. I just can't get over it. Like the way they actually hold their body structure on return of serve is very impressive. See how stable he is, how strong he is on return of serve. Everything is really well balanced. See all that motion there? All his whole body is really strong. And look at the outcome. Like it's just like a lob down the wall, which is just tight and tough. And on the wall, it's a little bit deep, but it's like still dead on the wall. It's like, wow. And there it opens up that. There's the opportunity. That's what that return of serve did. almost looked like that was down, but he's going to tell everyone it's up, so that's good. He wins the point. He's not sure. 11-10. And here we go. So what do we got? We're going high. So it's basically what he's doing is he's making the ball come down when it hits the side wall, and that's another story, another thing that you can do. If you make the ball come in a downward direction when it hits the side wall, then it's this fading, falling ball. It's really much more difficult to hit rather than a ball which is going up and then changes its position on the side wall. So that means it's much more difficult to get it down the wall. See, the body structure again was pretty good, but he hasn't got it deep enough. It's almost deep enough, and he's made front position. So the most important thing by making front position, I'll just talk about a couple other things here. Even though by making front position here, it's basically a concept where each person has a line, and if you can get in front, if you can get your line in front of your opponent's line, by the time they strike the ball, that'll make him go down the back. So he won't go short from this situation, simply because you've got front position. By having front position, it will push him down the back. So now he'll go down the back, which is what he tries to do, and that can open up opportunity, which is like this opportunity here. See, and he's basically got a round in front just a little bit, so it's probably going to be a down the ball shot again. Pitch the ball deeper than your opponent, so if you can land the ball deeper than your opponent, you're looking pretty good. I don't know what happens with the rest of this rally because we're not going to follow it through. So that was probably an outcome because he had pressure on him. 11 all. So this is getting pretty interesting. So we're after just the first couple of shots after the serve. That's why I'm not showing the full rallies, because it's the shootout component of the matches that we're looking at. Most rallies finish within 3 to 4 hits. Okay, we're in the middle. He could have volleyed it, but it's a bit too close to him. So he knows he's chosen to leave this because it's going to pitch deep and it's going to come up off the back wall, I'd reckon. So it pitches deep and it's going up and it's going back off the back wall. So he's made an early decision because he's going to have width off the back wall and he's going to have options and the ability to hold. So now he can go short. He'll most likely go short on this one. And the choice is to go with a reverse post, which is very strange, but never mind, he's done it. And he's got it in. And that's because the serve was just hit too deep and it came back off the back wall. Now the reverse post is really high and it's not even really good, but look at the stress on his opponent. It's just phenomenal amount of work he's having to do just to get this back, because it was hit hard and he knew that it was hit strongly, so he's had to go and cover, and the body motion was knocking him around. So this becomes an interesting rally. We'll just follow this one through quickly because it's 11 all. And he's pushed him down the back. So he's under stress. He's going to lift it up to try and get time to get in. Coming forward to cover the drop, and it's all over. All right. So we're at 12-11 now. I'll play this at full pace. On the wall, good return. And 12 all. That's too short. And it's going to open up the opportunity. Okay, so what happens if you don't get the serve right at critical moments in time? So critical moment in time is the serve needs to be right. What he's saying is he just hit a slow racket through the ball, which is giving him a head-high shot around about right where he likes it. So he's going to go with his favourite shot, or one of his favourite shots, nice and short. Didn't get it straight enough. So it's just giving him opportunity to get it back. But it's also given an easy shot here. He's taken a rising ball, popped it in with no backswing, and there's your outcome. That's just a winning point. So now we're at 13-12. Okay, let's look at this one. It's a critical moment. 13-12 game point, pivotal game. Absolutely need to win this game to make it 2-1. So the serve is into the side wall, level with that line. So if I just go back, show you where it hit. Okay. So the line we're talking about is this line here. Side wall above head height, level with that line. That's a pretty good serve. That's not going to cause him any grief. It's going to put him in a really good stead to win this rally. So we will see what happens. And here we go. Ball comes back, moving backwards. Strong body structure, needs to be very strong here, like really strong wrist, really strong leg, really good balance. and comes off the ball as soon as he strikes, really quite reasonable. Got a bit low, but the ball is going to pitch. It's almost pitched deep enough, it's just not deep enough, but he's done the work to get in front. He's going to go short as soon as he can, because that's what these guys do. If they push their opponent short, they can come in behind them and they can see everything. Then they've got, if they go short, they're moving forward. If they go deep, they've got the volley, and they've also got lobs and things. So he's just put him short, just placed it in there, just nice and neat, and he just can't get it. And so what happens is the drive wasn't deep enough. So, sorry, I've gone back just a little bit far. Here we go. The drive wasn't deep enough. This one here, that needed to be a stronger body, because he's just left him with a fend-in drop. So that drive, it's just a sharper action, faster hands. So here, so it's just a slow arm through the ball rather than a really strong body through the ball, strong swing through the ball. So he just needed to put a bit more on it. And the reason this one lost is because the pitch in relation to his opponent's body. So when the ball, I'll go back to just before the front wall. Okay, so the ball hits the front wall, comes back here, and lands, like he's been able to get behind the ball really easily, and it's to do with this foot position here, and the striking position is going to be between there, really easy at a comfortable height. And so when the ball comes back, here, he's behind there, level with his back hip. Everything is just a perfect body structure, and he's got it all covered. He's just got everything covered there to be able to have a really strong body position and a short wrist motion. He'll open his follow through to keep an open racket base, and just place the ball nice and flat and direct in. Use the sidewall to slow the ball down a little bit, and it's all done. And that's just how it all works. All right, so that's the 14-12 game on a position, and none of those rallies. There was one or two rallies that we didn't see the end of, but other than that, we saw the end of virtually almost every single rally, because that's what happens. As you get good, you get stable, and you work out how to use your brain more than you use your body. If you can use your brain more than you use your body, the outcomes just become fantastic. It's pretty phenomenal what happens. So if you can get into it and understand how it works, short rally, shootout squash, it's wonderful.